East India Company. I mean, you absolute rotters. So right now I have come to Greenwich to check out this thing. This is the Cutty Sark, and this was built in the mid 1800s. Way before the Cutty Sark came into use, there was the East India Company, and this was created in the 1600s, and it became massive. It was dealing with pretty much all of the shipping trade into the UK. It was sending a lot of its ships to China, and that was to get silk and porcelain and tea. But China was largely uninterested in anything that Britain had to sell, so there was quite an imbalance there. So the East India Company's way of dealing with this was to go to India and to start growing opium. It started smuggling the opium into China and selling it illegally to recoup a load of its silver. Predictably, the Chinese people became way too fond of this very Moorish drug, and it caused huge addiction and social problems. It was ultimately a massive drugs dealer. China tried to put a stop to this, and they outlawed opium, though the industry continued to expand exponentially. So China's reaction was to halt the British food supply. The British, who were affronted by this, started the Opium Wars in 1839. The Brits were armed with far superior weaponry, and they kicked China in the nuts and captured Nanking, which put an end to the war with the Treaty of Nanking. The treaty forced China to hand over Hong Kong to Britain and to pay $21 million and to open 5 treaty ports. It was largely because of this, though, that the East India Shipping Company did get dissolved, and that is why it was possible to create new boats like this, the Cutty Sark, to compete against it and dissolve that monopoly. It would go at record speeds because it was so fast and collect tea for the Victorians, who loved getting their tea as fresh as possible. My goodness, what a mad story, eh?